beautiful Taurians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for December 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Taurians, this is your monthly reading for December. Well, here we are in the final month of the year. It's been a bit of a crazy ride, but we made it through and are left to reflect on how much you have grown as a person through the ups and downs and taking stock of all your personal successes, both big and small. It's time to reflect on the lessons you learnt and set new visions for the future. It's a big month to decompress. Let your hair down, but still give one more push to close out the year on a high. And of course, we have Jupiter, Mercury, Uranus, Neptune, and Chiron. They're currently retrograding, and Mars will follow suit from the 6th of December. So you may feel the pace or energy slowing down a little as we move to close out 2024 and embrace 2025. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, for we have now officially moved into Sagittarius season, which influences us all to harness our personal power. Now this month, it hits a little bit different. We have 2 new moons, which sees a healthy dose of optimism and a touch of grounded preparation for the future. Now, the new moon on the 1st nudges us to notice where we could encourage our wild side to come out and play a little bit more, seek new adventures, be more spontaneous, or acknowledge if our happiness has been blocked in some area of our life, so we can set changes in motion to unblock and let more happiness flow in. It also asks us to have faith on our path. Even if the path ahead feels unclear, know that all shall come together as you desire. And of course, the second new moon on the 30th, often called the black moon, it increases our manifestation potential with its heightened energy, as well as our libido, and it reignites our lust for life. It occurs in the sign of Capricorn, encouraging us all to set new visions in motion to move towards success for the year ahead. And December also helps us all to tap into party mode. But as 2024 has been a little bit challenging, you may feel a little too exhausted to party. However, that Sagittarian influence revitalizes your spirits. It increases your energy to spend more quality time with your nearest and dearest, or seek out new experiences to rediscover the sparkle and magic of the everyday moment. And if you have moments of psychic intuition from time to time, expect your knowingness to increase this month as well, and it will also continue as you move through 2025. Now, of course, with every positive, there is always an opposite. I won't say negative because I don't feel it is negative. I just feel there's an opposite energy floating about in the month of December because we have Sirius planet Saturn at a hard angle to the moon at the beginning of the month, which can force us all to be a little bit stricter with our finances and our time, as well as influencing us to take a cold, hard look at long-term goals. So there may be a push and a pull between responsibilities and party time, and of course balance is the key to getting the best out of December. Just to let you know, I'm getting all the uprights in the deck. I'm not taking any reversals there. Now, also, it's important to celebrate your accomplishments. We are already under one of the most prolific influences, Pluto in the sign of Aquarius, which affects us all to detox, declutter, remove the old to clear space for the new. So you may be conscious of not overindulging or even start early with your intentions for the new year, which can be a little bit of a stricter energy. So do not forget to celebrate all that you have achieved It's very important because it reminds us of how far along we are on our path. Now, this is an obvious energy, but the full moon is in Gemini, and we could see some problems with postal deliveries. It could wreak havoc with orders, so get them in early. And of course, Mercury will be in retrograde until the 15th of December, which can cause travel delays or disruptions. And I would suggest getting important information in writing if you're trying to organize something. Also very important to save down any important documents, as power outages and gremlins in the system tend to occur during retrogrades. And of course, we also have the solstice, the wonderful solstice on the 21st. It's a perfect day to send your gratitude and wishes out to the universe. This powerful day sends a ripple effect out to your future, connecting your vibrations to the outcome you desire. So be clear, set time aside to utilize that energy. And of course, if you do not want to know how the planetary alignments may affect things on a global scale, please fast forward until I show the cards, because I'm going to talk about that now. Some people don't like to hear about it, but if you've stayed on to hear about it, on a global scale, planet Mars stations and then retrogrades on the 6th. Now this station point on the 6th, it can be pretty volatile, increasing the potential for a sudden battle of egos, resulting in events that can cause the world to really take notice. But the retrograde itself after the 6th can encourage a temporary pause on conflicts. Mars stationing is very chaotic and unpredictable, and on a personal level, this day in particular could be highly pressurized, and people tend to get a little bit cranky during this planetary shift. Saturn also clashes with Jupiter, which could provoke a temporary dip in the financial markets, but things will stabilize. It can also cause spontaneous bursts of tension between people when governing bodies go too far. Society pushes back, enough is enough, as Saturn fights hard to bring stability and order to global systems. Now, Pluto also works hard to expose corruption, so we'll continue to see many exposés going on in order to bring justice, and Neptune goes direct on the 7th. So we could see a tectonic plate shift detected that brings sudden changes to water conditions for some, and we will see, unfortunately, more of that crazy weather. But on a personal level, it lifts brain fog and confusion around your goals, aiding you to be more clear and direct. And with so many planets either retrograding or shifting this month, it's a bit of a mixed bag, but it reminds you to embrace the moment with those that you care about, reconnect with things that you love doing just because it feels good. And of course, it's time to clear out 2024 to make way for a fresh new start in 2025. And remember, Venus slides into Aquarius's DMs on the 7th, making it a perfect month to discover love or reestablish long-term relationships with that fuzzy feeling. Yes, there is a lot of chaos and uncertainty in the world at the moment, and the planetary energy works super hard to avoid escalation in the month of December. It's important not to let fear control your vibration. Easier said than done, I know, but when we attach to that, we start limiting our energy, and we actually increase the level of fear and volatility in the world. So it's important to shine your light and celebrate yourself a little bit more as well. It's actually a perfect time to celebrate the wonderful you, and remember that you are a human being, not just a human doing. It's been a monumental year, but as Mars goes through one of its rare retrograde cycles, the pressure will be off. It's time to relax, recalibrate, and reflect on the reality of your situation. Set new intentions, reestablish creative patterns, recharge, reclaim your personal power, and reignite that fire in your soul to make long-lasting changes for your bright future ahead. And you have the star energy and you have the 3 of Cups, so there's a lot to be thankful for and a lot of celebration and a lot of good news to come. So let's tap into each card individually. The first card is the Hermit. So your protagonist energy this month is kind of to withdraw and ask big philosophical questions about your future, about your path. I feel a lot of you are mapping or planning something. You're strategizing for 2025. But the Hermit energy is getting to know yourself on a deeper level, connecting to your higher self as well, to your guides, and to basically your inner knowledge. This card can indicate that you are exhausted. You're fed up with the way things have been going, especially in the world. Since you have a Two of Wands there, that figure is literally holding the world in her hands. And this is not a gender specific reading, but it indicates that you're so fed up of the chaos and tension in the world, and you're just waiting for a time where things will be brighter and we can heal the planet. But of course, you know, if you were in power, my beautiful Taurians, the world would be a better and brighter place. So some of you may be thinking about going into government in some way, or training to be someone who is going to be highly important in the world. I feel like you're important anyway, but I feel some of you may be rising to the challenge of trying to govern our planet. So if that's you, congratulations, and I wish you a lot of luck on your journey. But also with the Hermit energy on a more personal level, it can indicate you've been going through some tough times and you're about to come out the other side. You know, I feel you've been struggling with something. Maybe it's something personal there with that Hermit energy, the inner battle, the inner critic as well. But I feel like you're, you know, about to come out. The light of the end of the tunnel is there for you. Now, the Hermit energy also indicates that you're on a spiritual journey. So December is going to be about you reestablishing your belief systems, your traditions, and transcending anything that has been a bit of a struggle. This is a big thinking mode month for you, okay? So I feel like you are asking questions about your path, your sense of purpose, but also I feel because your 8th house and your 2nd house are governing you this month, it can indicate that you are withdrawing to focus on your finances, to transform your finances for the better. So it could be you're looking at your mortgage repayments or your credit card debt, repayment plans in general, joint finances. It could be about you transforming your finances to create more wealth in your life as well. But ultimately, that 8th house is about making sure you have more money in your pocket. So some of you are going to be really discerning about the events that you go to. I feel like you may find like a discount code, or you may find opportunities to go to free events or to events that don't cost so much. It's almost like you're not kind of like limiting yourself. I feel you're just finding a better deal or a better experience. Quality over quantity is what I'm being given here for you right now. And of course, your 2nd house of value is influencing you as you move out of December. And that's about how you value yourself. So a lot of you are looking at situations where you feel you give away your personal power, or you undersell your talents, your gifts, or you notice when people underestimate you or undervalue you, or actually overstep boundaries there, and you're reestablishing boundaries. You have a lot of cards about boundaries this month there too. So if you're spending time, because the 3 of Cups can indicate groups coming together, whether it's family related or whether it's friendships, you know, I see there's a lot of hustle bustle about you where you are letting your hair down and being invited to things. So I feel you are surrounded by people in some way, or by your closest people. I feel like you are keeping those boundaries high so they do not push your buttons, because I feel there could be like some stress around you, a little bit of pressure there, and I feel it's sporadic. So I feel like you're trying to almost like take the high road of not allowing someone to mess with your equilibrium. So I feel a lot of you are kind of withdrawing from conflict, or withdrawing from the potential for someone to push your buttons there as well, okay? Now, of course, this card can indicate that you're just exhausted and you just need a break, and you so need December to be your break. This is a card of recharging your batteries, but also it's a card of reaching for something. This Hermit card is actually reaching for a star, and you have that star there that is going to become your reality. So you're reaching for a wish or a personal endeavor project. Some of you, you cannot see how this is going to materialize. It may be that you are praying for something or manifesting something, and you cannot see how it's going to show up for you because you have the 8 of Swords there. But I feel it's very important to recognize that you shall have it, okay? Thoughts really do become things, so be positive. I feel like you're putting one foot in front of the other and you're making it happen on your own terms. You're going to be very productive this month. A lot of you, it's about this sense of purpose. A lot of you are also trying to change stuff about your life, lifestyle changes there, and I feel that you are coming out of difficult times and moving into brighter times ahead there. Now, of course, the Hermit energy can indicate that some of you have been doing life, but your energy levels are running a little bit low, and it's really made you question the path. Is there an easier way? And what drains your energy? Is it a person? Is it a situation? Because the Eight of Swords in your resistance position, some of you have been a little bit anxious about something, or a bit nervous or worried about something, and this fear or anxiety has been robbing you of your energy, maybe even haunting you there. I feel some of you may have been feeling stuck, and I feel like you're actually going to come out of that mode as you move through December. I feel a lot of you are going to have clarity. If you have to make a decision and you've been feeling stuck and you're not sure which way to turn, you need to withdraw in order to get clear about what it is that you want. So take some good quality time for silence in order to hear the whisperings of your heart. Now, for some of you with the Hermit energy, and we have the Two of Wands there, I'm actually seeing a movie in the water, which is so weird that I'm seeing it so clear. The movie, I'm scrying at the same time as doing a reading, I'm seeing the movie Home Alone. So some of you, either you're actually home alone for a part of December, and maybe family are traveling, or maybe your roommate is traveling, or perhaps you are taking some time out to go on a spiritual retreat, or you're doing something alone for you. But I mean, it could also mean that you're traveling. Maybe you're the one who's traveling, and you're going to see family or friends. I mean, Home Alone, there was an energy about it that I'm seeing, because I feel it's not specifically the movie. I feel they're trying to highlight something to me. And by they, I mean my guides. I feel do your checks before you leave so you don't miss something. So you have to return for it. Okay, this could be passport, this could be keys, it could be wallet, purse. Just do your final checks before you leave. So as soon as you walk out your door, remember this part of the reading and be like, let me just do my checks before I leave, okay? Because I feel there's something that you have to go back in for that's coming out there very strongly. And that's if you're traveling. For some of you, it could be a quick getaway, or it could be that you're traveling overseas there to visit, people you really care about. There's a real great energy about you at the end of the month where you're letting your hair down and, seeing people that you really care about, sharing a part of yourself, sharing joy in the moment. But also, I see some really wonderful news here. This is a cause for celebration. I see people actually cheersing you, or saluting you or something. It's just this energy of like, well done about you. So whatever it is that you've been trying to accomplish, whether some of you have been waiting for some sort of results, it could be health results. Some of you, it could be that you took a test. Whatever it is, I feel that you are going to be very successful. Some of you may actually be doing your driving test in and around this period, and you're going to pass with flying colors. So congratulations there as well, okay? But the Hermit can indicate some of you need to do something on your own right now. You need to reflect by yourself. I mean, there's a time for people, and there's a time to be by yourself, doing things that you love for you. So some of you may be trying to be a little bit more independent in your everyday circumstances, and December is about you exploring things that bring you joy. It's really about you going off and doing things that you really love, visiting that market by yourself, or going to the cinema by yourself, date night, for example. So some of you are really in that mode of submerging yourself in things that you love, basically recharging your batteries as well, but also deeply thinking about your journey. And some of you may even decide to join a group of people where there is meditation, or there is mindfulness there, or it could be that you download an app, because there are some swords here. So it could be that you download an app for mindfulness or stillness, or listening to things that bring you stillness in your mind. Because you have the Magician card and you have the Page of Swords there. Well, it's the Princess of Swords, but it's the equivalent of the Page of Swords there. So I feel like you are quietening the inner critic, trying to take control of your thoughts so that they're not whirling a mile a minute. I feel like you have a lot on your to-do list, so a lot of you may be going off fulfilling that to-do list. I feel like you're very productive, very goal-oriented. You're going to be on target for your plans, and I feel the beginning of December is actually going to be quite chaotic, or very busy, shall we say. And as you leave the month of December, things get a little bit quieter for you there as well. Some of you may actually be taking a vacation, so you're trying to tie up loose ends and get everything done before you take a break there, because that Six of Swords is all about taking a break. But also, With the Two of Wands here, this Two of Wands indicates that you have an expectation or you are waiting for something. So for some of you, it could literally be that you're waiting for a parcel. And I would say if you have not heard from this sender or the person you bought something off, or if you are waiting and the due date has passed, I would follow it up, okay? Because I feel there is an energy here of someone missing your order. So just be a little bit mindful of that. I feel whoever you have purchased something from, they could be at capacity and they just miss it. It is an accident, but it is something that will really frustrate you. So I would just send a quick email to the vendor or the seller if you are expecting something and it had a due date and it hasn't come through. I would just reach out, because I feel more than anything, this person has just missed your order. Now they may say something like, well, it's in the mail, okay? If they can give you a tracking number, then of course it's in the mail. But I feel they may have sent it out later than expected, or they may have missed the order. I'm getting an energy that they didn't see it because there was so much going on. So, but it's important to reach out. So I'm just gonna leave that there. With the Two of Wands energy, this is you kind of like deeply in thought, mapping your progress. You've accomplished a lot. You've been very high achieving this year, whether it is career related, whether it is in terms of a personal project or something around the home space. I feel you are, basically looking at the successes and looking for what's next. So there's an energy here of you kind of like planning what you need to do next and acknowledging that you've already done something to pave the way, as it were. And then you're building a foundation of what you can move forward and accomplish. Now, of course, if you're traveling, I hate to give this message, but it is the time of year, and this card lends itself to it. This is a card of travel delays, so just be a little bit mindful of that there. But I feel for some of you, there is an energy of getting compensation. So it could be that it goes over a certain time limit that you're delayed by, and I feel like you'd rather have the time and get there on time. But however, these things happen, and if there is a delay, it's a knock-on effect. So I see compensation there. However, you may need to chase it, okay? So you'll reach out and give all your information, but do not give up. They may delay it a little bit, but you will get compensated, and actually it'll almost kind of like pay for the vacation or the trip, okay? That's what I'm being given there too. Now, the Two of Wands, it's also a card of choice, having to make a decision on something. And because the Hermit is there, and we also have the equivalent of the Page of Swords with that Princess of Swords there, this indicates that some of you are deep in thought about new ideas, new pathways, new ways of living life, lifestyle changes, and basically having to make a decision on something. For some of you, there's an energy that you've been spending a lot of time in hermit mode and that you want to be a little bit more integrated, especially with that Three of Cups there. It's great to spend time alone, but sometimes we can get locked in our own thoughts and we can feel a bit stuck or isolated in that. Some of you have been feeling a little bit, isolated on your journey or a little bit withdrawn, and there's this energy of invitations coming in or people beckoning you that they really miss you, they want to see you. So I do see that people from your past or people you haven't heard from in a long time will reach out in the month of December because they're genuinely thinking about you. Now, in terms of career, if you're in a business or you're an entrepreneur, I see more attention coming to your business. It's a busier time for you. And I feel that it's going to be a little bit chaotic, but it will be smooth running. And again, if you have to send anything, if you are connected to any goods or shipping, I would say get orders sent early because there is potential for delays there. Also, if you are thinking about setting up your own business, I feel like you have wonderful new ideas to tap into. This card indicates fresh new start. So some of you, if you put your resume out there and you're trying to find new opportunities for 2025, I feel that there is going to be two offered to you that are real contenders that you have to choose from. And ultimately, you're going to choose the best one with the best money. And I feel you will celebrate this win and you will have a fresh new start as you move into 2025. But also, this card can indicate that you're formulating plans, especially since we have the Two of Wands. These are mapping cards. It means that you're strategizing or creating a plan for your future. Of course, you have a lot on your to-do list, so I feel like you're being really strict with your time, being organized, and making sure that you are on target. But I want to pull a card on that Princess of Swords a little bit, because I'm getting an energy with this card that, you know, you're being very quick thinking and shrewd this month. I feel, you know, there is an energy here of you negotiating better deals. For some of you, there could be some contracts that you're negotiating, especially if it's in a career. For some of you, if it's not career related, I feel you could be looking at service providers or things that are, you know, having an expiry date. Again, make sure passport, visa is in date, especially if you are traveling. But this is a card of kind of like keeping on top of the status quo. You know, sometimes it feels a little bit mundane to stay on top of your duties or your tasks and responsibilities, but it keeps life running smoothly for all the other good stuff. So I feel like you are just keeping an eye on things and maintaining the status quo, as well as having new ideas for a fresh new start. And if you're a parent, for example, you may become a very good negotiator this month, where I feel there's an energy of lots of invitations or parties or events that your children may be going to or connected to. And if you have teenagers, for example, they may be trying to negotiate a later time that they can come home, for example. Or if you have younger children, it could be that you're trying to negotiate the best events or parties for them to go to. Or, you know, if you're gifting, for example, it could also be that. So I feel there's an energy of, you know, you leading by example, but also being really clever about managing the energy with children, you know, offering them a choice. So you're not telling them what to do, you're offering them a choice. And therefore, the choice that they get to sort of decide and navigate with independence. So you're not telling them, because if you tell anyone, what to do or trying to control them, they're going to do the opposite. They're always going to choose the alternative. So I feel this is about you being very clever in the way you deal with situations. But this doesn't have to be just applied to family units and children. It could also be applied to your boss or to your neighbor or to, you know, a governing body, for example. So I feel like you are just being really clever in the way that you articulate your needs and offer options and solutions in the month ahead. Now, of course, a lot of you are also problem solving. So if you have a decision to make, I feel like you're getting clear on what it is that you want, a lot of clarity around you this month, and you're going to make that decision and stick to it. And I feel it's going to bring you a lot of joy, a lot of peace of mind, and you're celebrating. At the end of the month, it's celebration, celebration all the way. Now, of course, we have the Magician card. It's in the resistance position. Now, let's say that because the energy that's coming out, December for you is a big review period. It's almost like you are taking stock of all that you've accomplished and where you want to move forward. Pages often bring news. So I feel like there may be some news that comes in that gives you an option or has you making a decision on something. It's good news, whatever it is. And I feel that some of you may be feeling that you're not as far along as you thought you would be, or you feel some things left you with a bit of a plot twist in 2024 and you had to navigate that, because I see a lot of your cards navigating. And the Magician card indicates that you are like regaining your power in some way, that you're taking charge of something that you feel didn't go your way. If you've had a setback in some way, I feel that you are finding a way to get a solution, and the solution is better than anything that you imagined the thing that is a setback would be, if that makes sense. It feels like you're getting way better. An offer is way better for you. But the Magician card can indicate, because you've been so exhausted, it's almost like the sparkle, the energy has been low, or your motivation has been feeling low. And some of you with that Magician energy, especially with the Eight of Swords in the resistance position, this can indicate that you're liberating yourself from periods of feeling stuck, or periods of feeling that someone undervalued you or underestimated you or felt like they wanted to control you. So if someone is trying to manipulate you into a certain way of living or a certain decision, I feel like you're breaking free from that. And I also see with the Magician energy that, yeah, I want to pull a card. My guides have just reminded me to pull that card on the Princess of Swords there, because what I'm being given here is someone causing drama to cause a distraction? Okay, that's what I'm being given. You're going to see through the smokescreen this month. So I'm just going to give you some scenarios. Like, one thing I'm seeing right now, and this is so random, but one thing I'm seeing is if someone is in like a really busy mall or store and someone over here is causing a commotion, like either shouting or arguing with staff or something like that, I feel like they're in tandem with someone else and everyone's looking at the drama, and then the other person is like stealing, okay, or something. I haven't got any stealing cards here, but I'm just picking up this energy of who's causing a distraction, who is wanting you to look over here when something else is going on over here. So it could be like a pickpocket energy, or it could be, now I hate giving that message, but I feel it's important to just be mindful of your surroundings in public places is what I'm being given here, especially when you're having a good time or just doing you, shopping, for example. Also, the other energy is like if you're in a working environment, could it be that you have like wonderful ideas, you're super intelligent? Yeah, a lot of you, it is connected to your sense of purpose and working really hard. It can indicate that you've got an incredible mind and that you're creating wonderful things in your working environment, and your boss comes along and says, that's really great. Send that to me in an email and I'll forward it to the top. And actually they forward it to the top with the intention of suggesting that it was their idea. So just watch out for that. I'm really getting an energy that if you have a wonderful idea, patent it, copyright it. If you're sending it to someone, make sure that you send it to someone else as well. So for example, if your boss says, yeah, send it over to me, I will make sure that it gets to the top. Send it to your boss and to HR, or send it to your boss and their boss. I feel you're covering yourself. So just watch out for that. It's almost like distraction. Okay, so yeah, I'll leave it like that. The Eight of Pentacles indicates you're working really hard towards the lifestyle that you aspire to, but also a lot of you are working really hard to make some long-lasting lifestyle changes there as well. So I feel like you're holding yourself accountable and you're being really strict with yourself, cutting out things that hurt you or make you feel lethargic or rob you of your sparkle or your joy or your energy. The Eight of Pentacles can also indicate that you're making an impact in your finances. 8 is the number of the self. So you're learning more about yourself as well, because that Hermit energy tells me that you are deepening your sense of self and connecting to your higher self, and you're reshaping your landscape for the year ahead. And the Judgment card indicates a lot of you are thinking about leaving your old life behind. So it could be that you're leaving a neighborhood or contemplating, because remember, the Hermit energy is very cerebral. It is going to be in your head. You're thinking about long term. So you could be thinking about like whether you belong in the neighborhood you're in, whether you want to stay in the neighborhood but move to a different apartment or house because your neighbor is causing problems. For some of you, it could be that you want to move to a different country because there's challenges in the one that you're in right now, or it could be that you're leaving a relationship or a friendship because you feel like you've outgrown it. Some of you could be leaving a job. So please apply it to your situation. I really get an energy here of leaving, but you're leaving trouble behind. 6 of Swords indicates a lot of you have been tested, but you're overcoming a problem, or you're solving a problem, and you're having a major breakthrough. Also, of course, this card can indicate new job or new environment. It feels very much like you're going to somewhere better. And I feel also if you are, having a test or you've been tested, I feel like you're passing the test. Okay, and this could be a literal test there as well. But the Magician card indicates you have strong manifestation potentials, but you need a little bit more stillness in your life to amplify the energy. So finding pockets of meditation or stillness, or somewhere where you can just be quiet by yourself and really tap into how you feel in your gut instinct, your emotions, but also into your visualizations to make them become your reality. As you move through the month of December, I feel like you have all the resources available to you to make it truly magical indeed. This card is also to be flexible. I feel like, there is an energy of you being invited to something that actually gets rescheduled in the month of December as well. And I also feel this is you connecting more to your beliefs and ideas. A lot of you, it's all about ideas this month, ideas on how to transform finances, connect to your higher sense of purpose, and I would also say travel. There's a lot of you like wanting a rest or a getaway, even if you're having a staycation. I feel this is about you honoring your own needs. Now, for some of you, if you are in the working environment, especially if you are in a seasonal role or in a sort of freelance, there could be a last minute job, or someone could ask you to stay late. There's like an unseen kind of energy where suddenly someone asks you sporadically, hey, can you stay a little bit later after work? Make sure you're paid for it, okay? Because this person who asks you, they may kind of like ask you to stay, but there's no like extra pay. It could be just as a favor, but I would say, you could ask for a day in lieu, or you could ask for like, extra hours being paid. So please take it as it resonates. Now, the Eight of Swords is in the resistance position. So a lot of you are actually looking at, moving away from things that make you feel anxious, or this card literally means that you feel a little bit stuck in a situation, or you feel that things are out of your hands right now, but I feel like you're taking back control. And a lot of this is all about your thoughts. Swords are all about thoughts, about minds, and it indicates that some of you are trying to control your thoughts so that they do not rob you of joy or tear down your confidence. So I feel like you're making headway in that, and I feel a lot of you are trying to get to the truth of who you are, what you want, and how to bring a little bit more spontaneity, a little bit more magic into your everyday circumstances. This figure, thank you so much, I'm so grateful. My guides want me to combine it with the star energy. So it's like something you do not see, you will see, or intuitively you are aware of. So it can be that a truth is revealed to you in the month of December. For some of you, it could be that, a friend is pregnant, for example, and they're keeping it to themselves because they don't want to jinx things. They're waiting for a certain period of time. I feel intuitively you may know already, but they will reveal it. For some of you, this could be, I don't see anything negative here. So I don't see it's a negative secret that's coming to light. But I feel intuitively you knew what it was already before it even happens. Okay, that's something that's coming out strongly there. Now, I feel like a lot of you have been going through a major test of faith, but that star energy, it will be in the upright. It's in the resistance position at the moment. So I feel like a lot of you are looking at when you're stressed out, where do you reach for the quick fix? And I feel like you are catching yourself, holding yourself accounted for that, and you're trying to nip that in the bud and choose the healthier options. But this card is also about shining your light. So if you are in hermit mode, or you've been in hermit mode a lot, operating off-grid, working on projects, or transforming your life in secrecy, or just wanting to have a bit of privacy, it doesn't have to even be secrecy. It can be that when you're ready to reveal a project or yourself, you will know when the right moment is to reveal. Now, I do also see with the star energy, a lot of you are healing old cycles of repeat. There is a major healing energy around your confidence at this moment in time, to be more confident in your wonderful self and your potential. There's a bright future ahead of you. A lot of you are removing energy blocks. So I feel the energy block mainly that I see here is fear. So you may be stepping away from news sources. I don't feel that many people watch mainstream news anymore anyway, but I feel like you are distancing yourself from, bad news or things that raise your cortisol levels or make you feel anxious. Of course, the world is a bit of a crazy place at this moment in time, but I feel on your personal level there that you are secure in your endeavors, and I feel like you are trying to change your vibration, and that will actually filter out into the world. I also see a lot of you doing your bit as well there. So I want everyone to be mindful that fear will rob you of your personal power and joy, okay? And this card, Eight of Swords is all about fear. Fear of the mind, paranoia, worry. We all go through it from time to time, but it will rob you of that joy. And a lot of you with that star energy, you are identifying it so you can process it and let it go. Now, also, I feel there is a wish being delivered here for you. Something that you will celebrate. It's something you've been working hard towards accomplishing. It's something that's been on your mind quite a lot. It almost feels like a pipe dream, but it's not. It's actually going to become your reality because you're making it so. You may have waited for this for a long time, and it's going to show up for you. So I feel like you will celebrate something major in the month of December. Now, of course, the star energy indicates that you're doing a lot of detoxing. So I feel like you may be trying to kick back and relax, keep your mental health boundaries really high so that no one messes with that equilibrium. I feel also the star energy, a lot of you could be kicking back in a bath if you have a bath. Some of us only have showers, but if you do have a bath, it could be that you're detoxifying or finding more time to just relax and have a soak in order to just get clear with your thoughts. Also, I feel a lot of you are changing a music style in the month of December, because suddenly I just heard loads of classical music. So if you're someone who normally listens to classical music, then of course you're just going to be doing more of the same. You may discover a new composer or some sort of new classical music that you haven't heard before that really, changes your vibrations. But also, if you typically listen to a certain genre of music, you may suddenly discover classical music helps you a little bit more. It's not that you're discovering classical music for the first time. It feels very much like you're more into it in December. And I'm also seeing you look at the hertz that are connected to the musical vibration in order to shift patterns. So a lot of you may be tapping into the Silva method, for example, to control your thoughts, tap into a deeper vibration when it comes to manifestation techniques. That's something that's coming up there. Some of you may even be gifted a book or a course on De Silva, for example, and I feel this is something that you will focus on throughout the month of December, and it will really help enlighten you more because a lot of your cards are spiritual enlightenment about the journey. Some of you may even plan a spiritual retreat for 2025 or take a course of learning about spirituality in December itself. But the star energy, a lot of you, if you're in a career, I feel that you will be seen for your talents. You're very gifted, very talented, but I also see a lot of you, whether you're in a career or not, even if you're retired, I see that you have a talent that you've not tapped into, and you're going to get really creative and inspired in the month of December, especially after the 15th, okay? Now, the Judgment card indicates that you're in a period of review. You're judging the year that you've had, and you're basically trying to understand what your sense of calling is, your sense of purpose, and really connect to a different path. Some of you are literally thinking about a course correction for 2025. Not all of you. I feel like the goal is still the same. You still reach the same goal of whatever it is that you want, but you might be looking at an alternative path as you move through the month of December. But I really feel that something that you've been praying for or manifesting, it is going to come to you. 3 of Cups is all about celebrating the moment, celebrating good news, okay, that comes in there. And the Judgment card can also indicate that you have a reawakening or a rebirth, like new energy, revitalized spirits. This is a card also of letting go. It's a card of self-analysis as well. So you're deep in thought, very cerebral month. I mean, there's a lot going on. I feel like you're going to be very productive. You're going to be on top of your to-do list. I feel like there's a hustle and bustle about you as well. But I also feel that you are deep in thought on a spiritual level about your sense of worth, about your sense of value, about what you feel like you're here to do and experience, learn, and accomplish. And I feel like you're going to have some personal revelations over the month of December, which helps you learn a little bit more about yourself as well and how to have your needs met from a healthy place. Now, of course, the Judgment card, thanks so much, I'm so grateful. Now, either it's you, my beautiful Taurians, I can't quite discern this energy. Normally I can. It's either you or a friend that's leaving. It could be that they're going to live abroad, or they've got a job abroad, or maybe for some of you, it's you're retiring, or you're hearing of a friend who's retiring and they're going to go overseas. Of course, I feel like you will miss these people or this person, but you're still going to keep in contact. You're only overseas. So I feel there's still a connection, and actually your friendship will deepen even with the distance, okay? So someone could reveal something or announce something, because I'm feeling an announcement that you'll hear. It doesn't have to be that. I feel some of you actually will have an announcement yourself. It's some sort of good news that you'll announce to your nearest and dearest. But also I feel there could be some sort of announcement that you will celebrate with other people, but it's also tinged with a little bit of anxiety, like things are changing, or people are evolving, or people are moving away. And I feel that in the long run, it means you can go and visit them and have a vacation with them wherever they're at. Or if you're the one who is moving, then your friends can come and have a vacation where you're at. So it feels like actually it's better for everybody there as well, okay? Now, I do see that you've been in a period of, even though you've been super busy, it almost feels like stillness. I'm being shown a butterfly right now, so it can be that you've been in the chrysalis moment, you know, almost like feeling a little bit like you've been drifting or dissolving your sense of self in order to rebuild and rediscover who you are and reconnect to a sense of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with. And I feel that brings you immense joy, that suddenly you can see a glimmer of who you are, your passionate side, your sparkle, your reignition for that lust for life. So I see December as a really great month for you of change and breakthroughs. And we have that Six of Swords. So some of you are literally going on a vacation, maybe going to see friends and family there, okay, especially towards the end of the month. But also with that Six of Swords, this means that you're passing the test and you're moving towards better times, overcoming those problems and having a breakthrough. And a lot of you, this is all about your physical and spiritual journey, how they go hand in hand. And I see that you are protected, okay, and directed. So if you feel that you've had a setback or you feel something didn't go your way, know that what you're being directed towards is even better than before. And I see someone in spirit making their presence known to you over the month of December. You're going to feel their presence, of course, but they will reveal their presence. Let me see if I can get, oh my gosh, thank you so much, I'm so grateful. Again, it's the Home Alone movie, because I'm being given this sense of you're not alone. So yeah, so please take it as it resonates. You may actually see that, I mean, that's such an obvious thing to say because at this time of year, normally it's on TV, okay? So chances that you're gonna see that movie are pretty high. I prefer when I get really kind of like unique images that not many people are gonna see every day. But unfortunately, I've just been, not unfortunately, I'm really grateful. Thank you so much. I'm grateful to receive that image. But of course, I wish it was something that wasn't so obvious. But maybe something else will come later on. But you will feel their presence. Maybe it was even a movie that you used to watch together. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there if you are going through a period of grief or lament at this time regarding a person who is in spirit and not with you during the month of December. Know that their presence will be felt by you, okay? And they are not too far away. They hear you talking to them is what I just heard. And I feel like they are guiding you out of testing times. And the best is yet to come, okay? With a lot of respect and love, I'm going to disconnect from that energy. Now, your final card is the Three of Cups, which is very exciting because it's people coming together to share the moment. It's also about living in the moment, romancing your life a little bit more. I feel a lot of you, there's invitations, especially at the end of the month. I feel like you're going to be very busy. You may travel outside of your usual parameters to explore new places. I feel there's a lot of joy around you, but also I see a gift coming in. This could be something you're not expecting, but is actually something you really wanted. There's someone around you who really listens to you and they know you've been wanting something for some time and they're going to completely surprise you and actually give you that gift there. You prefer their presence, of course, rather than their present, okay? But I feel, you know, you're going to get the best of both worlds there as well. And for some of you, if you're looking for love, because the Hermit energy, some of you are single, I feel you may be mingling and actually find someone who really resonates with you. You know, the Three of Cups doesn't always have three people on it. I want you to be aware of that. Three of Cups literally means people coming together, sharing good times, and, you know, developing relationships. So I feel you could meet someone at an event in the month of December, especially if some of you are traveling. But if you're not, I feel there could be an event that is outside your usual circumstances there. This is a card of good news, and it could be also coming together to share a feast date if you celebrate certain things during the month of December, but also it could be that there is an anniversary of someone, and if they are in spirit, you could be honoring their wonderful self, and you will feel their presence. They will give you a sign. Please ask for a specific sign, because all I keep seeing right now is the Home Alone movie there, so I'm not really sure what else that I can get from that. I mean, I don't see any negative cards here, so I can't see any negative connotations connected to that movie. I feel it's about people coming together and perhaps people who are absent during you know, the month of December. So that's coming out there too. But I feel a lot of you are trying to find more joy in the present moment and trying to face fears overcome challenges, which I definitely see you doing. Recharging batteries this month. A lot of you, there is some sort of accolade or promotion energy there. I mean, the Eight of Pentacles indicates, when it came out, I shuffled earlier, it indicates that you're sustaining a certain amount of money, being able to save a little bit more, you're stricter with your finances. Eight of Pentacles, of course, it means there's a new opportunity or avenue for work, or you're building on top of a foundation that you've already sort of laid down there. It indicates you're working hard to keep life moving as smoothly as possible, and you're putting things in order. It's a very productive month for you, and there's a lot of success. And some of that success is from the past. And I'm not talking just about career. This can be about body, mind, and soul. If you're working really hard to reshape your home space, for example, it could be that you have success there. You're paying a lot of attention to detail. For some of you, it's you making an impact in people's lives that you really care about and doing something special for them, and they really appreciate you. For others, it could be that you want to be more integrated in the neighborhood or into the community where you want to do things for people. I see some of you actually doing some sort of charity work in the month of December in order to bring people together and help people who are not as fortunate. So I really feel this energy of togetherness here in your reading there. Now also, of course, this card really connects to the fact that the star energy is in your resistance position at first, and it says healing must be completed before life can transform. So if you feel like you've been given a certain lesson over and over and over again, I feel like you are facing it. I actually see that you're on a very intense healing spiritual journey there. You are going to come through this and conquer whatever it is, and life is transforming for you for the better. And it says here, if all you're doing is waiting for the really big moments, you won't value and appreciate the small ones. Okay, so the Two of Wands can pretty much connect to that. So life is about living, of course. Sometimes we're given a nudge by the universe that says, what are you waiting for? The time is now. And my guides are now pointing at my tea. What tea have I got? I know that I picked this specifically. Today is yours. I feel that's what it says. I can't really see it. Yeah, today is yours. So yeah. So I feel like you are trying to find more joy in the present moment and not wait for all those big moments, to go out there and enjoy the smaller moments. The smaller moments actually have more impact when we're thinking back as well. They are more beautiful, more raw, more authentic. So I also feel a lot of you are looking at who is important in your life and who you want to spend your time with there as well, okay? So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or ring before you close. So it's a little bit loud, so I've just taken it off the desk there so it's not hurting your ears. Oh my gosh, we've got the butterfly. Okay, so my guides, they give me all the energy and everything that they want me to say to you. So this is a period, the month of December, is you spreading your wings. It's a transformative month for you, actually, where things get infinitely better. And I feel like you've come out of a difficult period, and 2025 is a smoother ride, let's put it that way. You will definitely feel a lot of silver linings in your life. Again, if you've had a setback that you didn't see coming there, I feel like you're being guided towards something better. Six of Swords and the Three of Cups is celebration. You're being guided to a time of joy, integration, being surrounded by things and people that you love, and having the magical moments in life that bring you joy. You're transcending anything that has been challenging, and I feel you are aware that life is precious and we must enjoy the moment. So that is a lot of what I can feel from your reading. A lot of good news coming in as well, though. I feel there's one important thing that comes in that you will really celebrate, and it just leaves the year on a high for you, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates for you, my beautiful Taurians. Thank you so much, and love and light.